My feeling on this game is I know it moved, and I know we bet Atlanta as underdogs. I got them at 2.5.
That's why I feel bad betting it.
Yeah, but you know what? Like we talk about this all the time, right? Like we sort of have to think about the spot and the personnel and the situation as well as the trends. And people even in the chat last week were blown up like you're talking too much about the trends, and I get that. But the trends are one part of the system. Like
Yeah, I like trends.
as you're thinking about all of these things, and we know that like the trends are going to be against a team that started as a underdog and now moved to a favorite. Although Evan would point out that the Falcons opened as a favorite, then moved to a dog and moved back to a favorite.
Interesting.
So I'm discounting the trend a little bit. Okay. I
Yeah.
don't mind Taylor Heineke as a 1 point favorite. And I feel like in this moment right now, Indy is just not that good of a team. Like their defense isn't very good. They've had some really wins against really bad teams. They've beaten the Titans twice. They've beaten the Panthers. They've beaten the Bucks. They've beaten the Steelers. Like I think they're going on the road against a team that is going to be healthier. One of the reasons we were worried about Atlanta last week, why we didn't like them against the Panthers, is because their offensive line is incredible, and a lot of their guys were questionable or out. And so I think their offensive line is going to be better this week. It just feels like, and look, Arthur Smith is coaching for his job right now. So I say we stick with the Falcons.
Let the record show if he got fired, I would give everything as an Eagles fan to get him as our OC. Like this man took the corpse of Ryan Tannehill and dragged it to be a 1 seed. I know that's part of Vrabel, right? Vrabel's magic, but if you go back and look, that was Tannehill's best season ever, passing wise. And yeah, a lot of blame can be put on him, but it's like what I say all the time: if you don't have a quarterback, you're kind of dead here. And they
Yep.
don't have a quarterback in Atlanta. And Heineke, I'll ride it with you, Chad, but um, it's going to be it's not going to be an enjoyable experience, right? We know we're going to be up 7 in the fourth quarter. He'll throw a pick on his own 20. Minshew's going to tie the game up. I mean, you're going to both be sitting there and be like, this is why it sucks betting this Atlanta team. But you're right. Like the Colts have overachieved more than any team in football this year. We talked about it, like the job Shane Steichen's done, like the whole thing. Um, Incredible. Like he probably should win Coach of the Year with what he's done with the Colts this year
Seriously.
because they don't have talent on defense, really, right? They've had some big injuries. They've had to let go of some of their best old time veterans just because they're not good anymore. There's kind of a rebuilding process on that defense. And then on offense, we already talked about it. Like what he's done with Minshew has been incredible.
Incredible.
It really
Gardner
is.
Minshew. Gardner Minshew. He's got him playing at a playoff level. He's got a guy who's got them in contention. Gardner Minshew, before the season, had won 2 games as a starter. Like he's
Really?
tripled his number.
So yeah, the big thing for here for me is the fact that Pittman might be missing this game for the Colts.
Yep.
And if you've seen them this season, he's been huge for them on third downs. I mean, really do draw up a lot of the plays to get him the ball on third down, just because anytime he gets the ball in any type of space, he's going to make a big play. And he can make the first guy miss usually. I mean, he's so big, strong, and fast. He hasn't practiced all week. He might miss this game. Then Chad, I would automatically be all in on this one. Like that would give me a ton of confidence because that's really taken away a huge key to their offense and what Minshew needs, right? Minshew needs playmakers because we say it all the time. Minshew, he's going to have a bunch of weaknesses, and one of his strengths though is getting the ball into his best player's hands. So I can be convinced in Atlanta. Like you already know, I bet Atlanta. I like Atlanta. I like them in this spot, like you just said. This is the classic thing of their whole season they know this is it. Like they have to win this to keep up with the Bucks and to keep up with the Saints for their division. So this is their season. So I'm right there with you. It's like I love these kind of spots here in late December where it's like it's do or die.
That's
The only
right.
fear is we're back at Heineke as a favorite.